Hey, I wanted to address something that came up in my comments a few weeks ago. We had ordered a pizza with a coupon we had for 50% off, and we got a big salad, which we used our light ranch with, and we got a pizza with all the vegetables, the sauce, light cheese, and only grilled chicken and ham. No pepperoni, sausage, hamburger, none of the steak, none of the fatty meats. And I mentioned that it was our way of having a treat and being healthy. And this person commented, this is a poor mindset to have. If you are in poor health, you shouldn't be thinking about treats. Well, one, first of all, I'm not in poor health. If I'm in poor health a year after my quadruple bypass, then my surgeons didn't do their job. I'm in perfect health. I'm working hard to keep myself healthy and to prevent other health in things. And two, that is, excuse me, crap. You can have treats, but you've got to work on them. You can't just go, oh, I'm going to have ice cream and just eat whatever. We don't do that. We used to eat ice cream a lot. We used to eat the sugar-free ice cream, but it still had too much fat. So we don't eat any of those things. I don't buy ice cream anymore. We make sugar-free Jell-O pudding, and we only have that occasionally. So I don't believe that, because if you cut all treats out and tell yourself, I can never have a treat again, you're going to crash and burn, for one. I don't believe in that. And two, I don't know where this person got I'm in ill health just because I'm a recovering heart attack or heart, whatever you want to call it. I was told I had a heart attack that night, but my cardiologist says, you did not have a clot. You just closed up. So I don't have to be, I'm only on a baby aspirin or low dose aspirin a day. He had me on the blood thinners I was on them for 7 months, and he said I could quit them because I only needed them for 6. And I'm on the aspirin for life, and I'm fine with that. The statins, I had a negative reaction to those, caused me severe body pain. And the doctor took me off of those just a week, I think at my 2-week checkup. David told her how much pain I was in my upper arms and upper legs. She says, that's the statins, we'll just stop them. I'm eating oats, I'm eating beans, I'm eating vegetables, I'm eating salad, I'm eating non-fat, sugar-free yogurt. I buy the Chobani Zero Sugar Yogurt. They have a special bacteria in the yogurt that eats the sugar in the dairy. I'm eating as much healthy food a day as I can. I'm not eating any garbage. I eat the keto bread, which is high fiber or whole grain. I've got Ezekiel in there. And I buy the Thomas's Light English muffins. I'm on Weight Watchers on the diabetic plan, so even my fruit has points, but beans are free, eggs are free, and I only eat egg whites. I'm allowed 3 egg yolks a week. I rarely have them. I might once a week have an egg. I usually just have the egg whites. I like them. I buy the carton of egg whites, the good brand. I mean, because I got tired of wasting the yolks. If I don't eat them, David does, and I don't want him eating all those yolks. So I have egg whites a couple times a week in a sandwich with a slice of Canadian bacon and a slice of Velveeta, which is a low-fat, low-calorie cheese. Yes, I know it's not a healthy cheese, but once or twice a week. 1 slice of Velveeta is not going to hurt me. And I do have a little bit of regular cheese once or twice a week in a moderate, I keep it moderate. I grate fresh cheese, and I might have a little bit if we have beans and rice or something. I'll put a little bit of cheese on it. But for the most part, I'm doing very well. My cholesterol, I don't know. I go in November to get all that checked, and I'll let you know. But my blood pressure is great. My blood sugar is dropping. I'm actually seeing numbers in the 80s occasionally and in the 90s. We walked all over DC for a week. We walked from parking to the Lincoln Memorial, which was about a 25-minute walk. And then I walked up the whole Lincoln Memorial. I couldn't hold on because the brass handle that went up the side of the monument was so hot. So what I did is I kind of put my hand like around it like this, just in case I needed it, I would be able to grab it, but I couldn't hold it, it was too hot. So I walked up that, and I walked up fast. When I got to the top, I was a little out of breath. My daughter was like, you okay? I said, I'm fine, I'm just out of breath, because I walked up fast. And then we wandered around up there taking pictures for about a half hour. And then we went down the ramp, which was actually probably 2 times the length of going down the steps. But I just didn't like the idea of going down those steps when I couldn't hold on because it was just too hot to hold that railing. And going downstairs makes me nervous. Always has, even when I was young. I don't like going down steep stairs. So we went down the ramp, which with my husband's leg issues was probably smart. And then we walked from there to the Washington Monument, and I took pictures there. Then we walked past that, around some buildings to a museum, walked around there. At the end of the day, I had 22,000 steps that day, which I know Fitbits aren't completely accurate, but it was still a lot of steps, even if you take like a quarter away. The last few blocks before we got to our car, I was starting to have problems with my legs being tired. And my kids said, hey, do you want us to come back and get you? I said, nope, I will get to that car. If I have to crawl, I'm gonna get there on my own. And I did, I got there. And when I got in the car, I was wiped. My son looked at me and said, are you okay? I said, I'm fine. After I sat for literally a minute, I was great. It was just my legs. I wasn't tired up here. My mind wasn't exhausted. It was just my legs. 22,000 steps. Whether that's accurate or not, it's still a lot of steps that day. And I live in a 2-story, and I was up and down stairs all day long, about 12 times a day, because sometimes I had to go up there and use the bathroom or get something out of our room. So I was up and down those stairs at least 10 times a day. At least. I was up and down them constantly. And I got a lot of exercise. And I felt great. And I ate the same way at home, that I eat at home. I ate a little bit more of the egg sandwiches. David would make them for me. I ate probably a few more yolks than I would normally eat, but I did eat my oats a lot too. And I ate my fat-free yogurt, my fat-free, sugar-free Chobani yogurt. And dinner, my daughter-in-law cooked pretty healthy meals. She tries to cook very, very healthy. So most of my meals were pretty darn healthy. And other than we went to Cheese Factory for our son's birthday, and I was stupid and ate a bad meal, but my blood sugar responded better than I thought it would, and I was very pleased, but I won't do that again. That was too much. I ate a fairly healthy meal. I had a grilled chicken sandwich, but I didn't know that they were frying it, you know, the bread. I wasn't happy about that. I thought it was going to be on like bread. So, you know, I had fun though, and that was just a treat. And that was not a good treat. That was not a healthy treat, but I won't do that again. I don't go to the Cheese Factory. That's the second time I've been there in my life. I won't go again. So that one time, that's fine. That was the day we walked the 22,000 steps too. We went to Mount Vernon. I walked around that 5 acres all day. I was great. So I'm not in bad health. And why this person assumed because I had quadruple bypass surgery, I'm in bad health. I thought that's kind of insulting to my doctor that, well, you're in bad health. I'm not. My doctor did a good job. I'm doing my share. I'm eating healthy so I don't reclog my arteries. And, you know, of course, my neck arteries weren't replaced, so I want to keep that plumbing clean too. So, you know, I'm following a few doctors that I really trust online that have had their own personal heart surgery or heart issues that they resolved on their own, and they're legal doctors, and I do trust a couple of these guys. And then there's a guy that had a bypass surgery almost 50 years ago, back when heart surgeries were not what they are today. And I have all his books, and I'm doing what he says to do. I figure if he's 77, had a heart surgery at 32, and they told him he didn't have till 40, and he's still here, I figure he's the one to follow, and that's pretty much what I'm doing, is what he says. And I'm doing great. So I go in November to get my physical, and I'll get all my blood work. I've got to make a new appointment with my cardiologist on the 1st. I have my Medicare Advantage, so I can get in and see him. And that'll be sometime before the end of the year. I don't know how long it'll take to get in to see him. And I'll give you those numbers when I get them. But I'm just eating healthy. I eat oats almost every morning, and I eat beans a lot. When I eat rice, it's brown rice. Vegetables, I eat a little bit of apple or blueberries. Those are the only fruits I have. I did buy some bananas. I'm going to make some healthy banana bread with whole grain flour and no sugar. and no fat. And that'll be a treat too. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that if I eat it in moderation. Now, if I sit there and eat the whole loaf, no, that's stupid. But if I have a piece of it, it's not going to hurt me. And I'll probably slice it up and freeze the slices and just keep a few out. But I just want to address that. I am not in poor health. And why this person made the assumption that I'm on a heart health journey, that I'm in poor health, I don't know. If you're watching, I don't understand where you came up with this, but I also disagree with you about treats. If you tell yourself, I can never have a treat again for the rest of my life, you will crash and burn. We all, unless you're just the most determined and focused person in the world, and there's not many people like that. Yes, there are some. There are people that can deny themselves everything and do it just fine. But most of us, those treats are what make life enjoyable. And I'm not going to say you can never have a treat, but I am going to make them healthy treats. I'm going to use healthy ingredients. And when I want to have something, like I made chili, I used lean turkey. I used homemade beans, bell peppers, onions, fresh garlic, my canned tomatoes. There was nothing in there that could hurt me. It was all healthy, but it was a treat because it was chili. You know, when I make spaghetti, I use whole grain pasta and then a good quality sauce with no sugar added, and then lean meat, turkey, or I'll even put chicken in it. But I think that to tell somebody they can't have any treats, that's a poor mindset. I don't think that's fair. I don't at all. And I don't have ill health. I'm not in poor health. I'm in great health. I'm feeling better every day and working hard to improve my health. And because I mean, at 65, yes, I could be, I don't want to say healthier, fitter. Fitter is the word. I'm working on that. But yes, I've got to get rid of this prediabetes because the endocrinologist told me that prediabetes causes the heart disease and the high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and all that. So I've got to get because he said my belly fat is alive and releases hormones that cause all these problems. So I am working on it. So I'm probably in better health than I was in my 30s and 40s because I'm never ate terrible all the time, but I'm eating much better now. But I just wanted to address that, and I'm curious what you guys have to say about this subject of treats, healthy treats, even people that want to have a bad treat, which I won't do again. That was fun, but it wasn't, no, it was not something I'd do again. Even when I'm completely get the weight off and all that, I can never go back to that. And I'm fully aware that I'm not on a diet to lose weight. I'm on Weight Watchers probably for life because it keeps me honest. And when I'm not on it, like when I do eat something I shouldn't or eat too many points, I still put it on there and have negative points. I don't lie. So there's many weeks I have negative points because I ate a little too much of something. It was a healthy thing, but I ate too much of it because on the diabetes one, it really limits me. So I'm trying to work more on the 0-point foods and, you know, keep my points in check. And it's a great tool for me. David and I are both on it, and it helps keep us honest. It helps us to know what foods to eat. We just scan with our little app and we know how many points something is. And I'm feeling very happy and good. But I just wanted to address this because I thought I didn't catch the comment till it was about 2 weeks old. Because normally I don't get comments on this channel, very few. But I just wanted to ask you what your opinion was about this subject. Is it a poor mindset to build healthy snacks or treats into your diet? Because I think it's irresponsible to say, to set impossible boundaries for yourself. If you know for a fact that you love pizza and you want to have pizza once in a while, there's nothing wrong with having a healthy pizza. Now, are we getting pizza again? No. We're on a very strict budget right now. My husband retired last year, and when he got his W-2 form, Social Security decided that he'd worked all year and they're going to take half our money. We brought in proof from work that he quit working on the day he quit working, but it's taking months for them to process this. It's in processing, and we may still lose half our income for a few months till they fix it, and nobody will talk to us. We can't get any help, so we're on a tight budget for a few months. So there will be no goodies or, buying food out and stuff like that. If we have I don't know what's going on out there. Oh, Amazon's backing up. So, we're not going to eat out at all. I went out with my best friend yesterday. She treated me to lunch. I had salmon. I had broccoli, and I told them no sauce on the salmon, no butter or sauce on the broccoli, just steamed. They brought me a little bit of Parmesan that I sprinkled on, and a salad, and I had my salad. I told them no croutons, no cheese, and it was just the lettuce, and I don't think there was tomatoes and bell peppers and stuff. And so I did really good. And then I came home and we had our leftover chili for dinner. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about that, because calling somebody in poor health because they had a life-changing, life-saving surgery is insulting my doctors. They reconstructed everything, and I would hope after a year I'm not in poor health, because otherwise, what was the point? And I'll be honest with you, I'm sometimes terrified of food. I'm very careful. I'm sometimes afraid to eat because I don't want to eat the wrong thing. So I'm really focused on eating well. And I'm never afraid if I'm eating my oats, if I'm eating my egg whites, if I'm eating beans, brown rice, whole grains. That doesn't scare me. But I'm scared to eat. You could not pay me to eat a cheeseburger. No way. I would not do it. So I just wanted to comment on it. It kind of confused me why they would make that assumption that I'm in poor health. But I've been rambling on for too long. But this was really bugging me. I didn't understand where that mindset came from, that I'm in poor health. And I don't agree with them about treats. I think if you're responsible, you can have treats. Now, I was not responsible at Cheesecake Factory, but that won't happen again. That was not a place I picked. I picked places. It was my son's birthday. He got to pick. And I probably could have found something healthier. I just wanted to have a normal meal. I just wanted to feel normal for one meal. And it was right before my year anniversary. And I think I'm doing just fine. Because even Joe, the guy I talked about, whose book I follow, he has treats once in a while. He'll have a burger or something. Or at least that's what I think he said in his book. He has treats. Now, I don't know now what he does. He doesn't really have any new stuff published, but he's still out there doing speeches and talks. And he's still very healthy at almost 77. So I'm following his books. And he said, if you have a treat, don't freak out. Just get right back on your plan. And so that's what I did. After I had that, I was really good the next day, and I've been good ever since. So this is my journey. This is my life. Starting over after my surgery. This is part 2. And this is my second chance, because a lot of people don't get second chances. I did, and I take it very seriously. I have too much to live for to risk my life. So I just wanted to run this by you, see what you guys had to say, and just set it straight that I am not in poor health. I'm really confused by that statement. But I'll be back later. I'm still sharing my meals with you. I'll just put them out there 3 times a day. You can watch or not. They'll just be shorts. But I'll put it out there for anybody that is interested. And it might be the same meal several days in a row, but I'll still show you. Just so I can keep accountable. For me, a little 2-minute video just to keep me accountable is great. I'm happy for it. And if somebody gets anything out of it, that's super. So I'll be back later today with my lunch and my dinner. And I just wanted to talk about this. So I'll be back soon. Bye.